Everybody know the drop when I'm in it. Yeah, I flow so good. Everybody know you know when it click through to the send
lo que ha pasado antes. También se lo dice a Pérez en el centro de control para que sepa. Si no te sacan 30 minutos, sí, como ha pasado antes. Y en cuanto anote uno, luego el otro tiene un contraataque, tiene un ataque más para igualar y
Okay, welcome back to the third versus fourth game. We have on the right the OT7 All-Stars, the mixed team made up of a few different great players from all around Europe. And on the left, currently with the ball, we have the Belgici, which is based out of Belgium primarily. And as they drive down into the corner, but no, there's a defender back there keeping that gap, so no score for that one. So let's see what the Lions can do. And here they go. Returning the ball back towards the centre of the field, trying to draw that defence back out again. And go into the dump. Once more pushing left, seeing if they can score that overlap. Nope. Oh, and unfortunately the winger can't hold on to that ball, so it's a changeover. So, first possession now for the OT7 All-Stars. Let's see how hard they can drive out. There's subs boxes on the camera side of the field, so let's see if they come all the way over. Yes, they do. So, great dump. See if they get fresh legs on. No, they've kept their current team on, which is a bit unusual, but there we go. Unfortunately, the ball's hit the ground. Oh, no, it's just rubbing as racing, so the referee's just to tell them, yep, just keep that ball and roll it, keep the touch count. And they do a late sub pattern here to get some fresh legs on, but it's late in the touch count, so they're going to have to work hard to get down towards that score line. Get a bit of speed coming into that touch, but yes, this defence is equal to the task. Numbering up man on man. Yofi Inja with the ball there, just commanding a bit of change of direction, seeing what they can do. Good inside pass, but no, number 14 in defence has covered that one. So that's Dahan Loic, done really well there. All right, let's see what's what. The two middles talking, discussing strategy, drawing those defenders out. Quick dump, going left, and oh yes, he's just made the touch, and that's sixth touch. So a good attempt by OT7 All-Stars. Have driven down to the line, but unfortunately come up a little bit empty. And we'll hand back over to their opponents and see how far forward. A little juggle of the ball there. Always a bit of showmanship involved. It's not Cirque du Soleil legs, but it's as good as we can get. So here we go. Vincent Labac with the ball, running forward, passing off to his friend. Good dump. Vincent again with the ball. Yes, we're doing a bit of flashy movement left and right, trying to get a bit of separation between those defensive middles, but the defensive middles are having none of that. Thank you very much. Keeping a good pattern between them. Yes, covering each other over. And Vincent goes in low. Yep, defender's not quite quick enough to cover that one. And the touchdown's awarded by Jean. Jean, in fact, the referee running over towards us right now is the coach of the Lions Heart squad here at the competition. So, Jean doing double duty. Thank you very much, Jean. A great asset to touch football in different areas. Lovely to see it when people have multiple skills. So here we go, Quentin, who's got to be in the award for the fastest player, number 5 for the All-Stars there. He's a real weapon when he turns on the speed. Certainly his number 2, his partner in the middle, is probably one of the best support players we have seen here today. Those two as a pair, that's M40. Those two as a pair are an absolute powerhouse. Zach Moy goes in behind the line, gets through easily, and gives the nice short pass. And isn't that a wonderful score for Rhodey? Yeah, and she's coming over here. She's pleased as punch to have scored that one. Great run through by Zach, showing a good change of pace and awareness to wait for the right attacking buddy to be able to make that pass to score the touchdown. So back to the restart from halfway. Let's see what they do. Oh, a little trick play to the right. Yeah, and then a bit of speed back in the centre, and you can see they're drawing that defence towards the camera side, but unfortunately just can't get that roll ball through. So back to the All-Stars. They've got a fair way to go down the pitch, but I think we're confident they can do that. All right, driving pattern, arrows back into the centre, one to the left, one to the right. You can see they're hitting Vincent Labac over and over again in defence, trying to tire him out, see if they can create a gap coming off of that. They drag that defence a little bit away from the camera side, but no, with a slow restart of that ball, the defence is all now reset, and the All-Stars will have to create their own gap once more. But here we go, we're going to the right. We've got a two-man overlap, but couldn't quite get that pass out far enough to hit that winger accurately. All right, on the 7, got this ball again. Let's see, recycled it. Let's see what they can do with it. Yofi going in for the careful setup, the quick play off, reverse of direction. He's tried the low score, but no, it looks like the defender has touched him before he's got that ball down, so that's good defence in the middle there. Smart thinking by Yofi. If he's just a little bit lower, maybe that gap would have been there for him. Back to the ball again for him. Sitting there hiding under his cap, trying to keep his plans secret to himself. Get his team marshalled and try and get in there. And the winger's got there. Oh, she's close to the sideline. No, unfortunately, one of the foot has gone out before she's managed to get that ball down. It was a great opportunity play, but the pass was just a little bit too high. So she had to take that one more step before she could get the ball down. And that's hurt the team, and they've been unable to score. Bit of a disappointment there, but it was a grand plan, and it was really carefully set up. Oh, he's gone and beaten them for pace out on the wing, and that is an easy score. Great one-person score, individual brilliance, good pass out to him, and yep, that one they'll take any day of the week, thank you. All right, number 4, the scorer for the Lions, so that's Colin Walker. Well done, mate, out there on the wing. Great individual shot. Oh, no, Rhodey, that pass hasn't quite reached out, and I think she's a bit grumpy with herself for making that mistake, but every game's got a few mistakes on that. Let's see how they recover from that one. Yeah, they've got their good defensive line set up nice and strong. The Lions are trying to drive down there. Good call from the support runner, good fast speed. Keep that defence backpedaling. Now they bring the ball back into the middle and set up for a play. So they've got a plan in mind. Let's see what they do. Yeah, split to the right, and then they're coming back to the left. See if they can disorganise the defence. They've got the speed. They've got the gap. Can they make... Oh, no, that pass just doesn't quite stick. But they had the overlap there, and they chose the obvious man in the gap. So the right play. Just the execution at the end, they're failing in. So Contan turning on the speed, coming out here for the subs box. Gives his team that early 10 metres advantage of ground, so they've got plenty of touches now to drive into that scoreline. Let's see how they get there. Yeah, great. They're dragging that defence over to the right. Yofi drags them out again. He's checking to see whether the referee has awarded that player, whether he's onside or not, and yeah, that player's just retreated far enough to be onside before getting there, so no gap for you, Yofi. All right, let's see what he can do with the ball again now. Yep. Go to left, drag him. Oh, fantastic dive. And Yofi makes up for that previous one.
16, check the shoelaces.
Number 9, Yofi Inja, getting a score right in the middle there, and won't he be pleased as punch. And I can see the huge smile on his face as he comes over here. The whole team congratulating each other. Good bit of teamwork there. All right, back to the restart. Let's see what they can do. It's getting a bit cold here in Spain. Who would have thought it was going to be cold this weekend? But it's been pretty good weather. We've had a little bit of wind as we run through, and of course it threatened rain, and in fact it did rain earlier this week, but we've been very, very lucky in terms of managing to avoid that. Of course, all the locals say we would have been unlucky if we got hit by it. The weather here is absolutely fantastic. The facility here is brilliant. The hotels that the teams are staying in are generally down on the beach, and for those of you who haven't seen the east coast of Spain and the beaches there, it's absolutely spectacular. But here they go again, once more in towards that line. Yeah, the defenders hang off just a little bit too long there, but No, an errant pass there. But the referee's seen an infringement beforehand, so he's been unable to play the advantage to the on-the-7 All-Stars, so unfortunately they have to come back for the penalty. So that's a bit unfortunate for them, but referee's call at that particular point, he was right there on the spot, so confident that he's made exactly the right call. The quality of the refereeing here this weekend's been very, very good. We've had some of our new referees on board. They've been doing a fantastic job of service, and the teams have been very complimentary about that. And of course, it just allows the quality of play to be better. So, you know, it's really pleasing to see the quality of play we've got here as Yofi goes in on a nice lazy angle towards the left, manages to get down into that, and the defender's just unable to get back to the line and then come forward and close their own gaps. And Yofi taking full advantage of that, going in on an angle, easy score, gets down low, just no chance there whatsoever. That's just fantastic touch. Well, this is the third versus fourth, so coming up shortly will be the grand final, first versus second in the pool in the competition. Plates and cups have been played out. Let's see what the Lions have got here. Of course, now this is for pride and prestige of being named third place or fourth place. Traditionally a bronze medal, or unfortunately going home without the silverware around the neck. So I'm sure both teams are very, very keen on maximising their opportunities. Now we've got a slow roll here. They're going away from the subs box, trying to do something a little unexpected, seeing what's what. They've got their three speedsters in the middle. So there goes Contan, able support by Zach Moy on the left, and of course, as always, Antoine, the closest support player on the right, ready to take that short pass in certain hands and a touchdown. Those three are an absolute powerhouse. Put them on the field, give them a bit of space, and they are going to score every single time. The defences have real trouble with those. The Lions trying valiantly to keep them out, but that's a really tough call. So it's something they're going to need a bit more support on if they want to keep that out of the game for the rest of the game. Again, sending down towards from the restart. It's third touch. Let's see what's what. They're having a little conference in the middle. It's trying to set up a move. Drag it out to the left. Ooh, and the All-Stars have got some gaps there in the middle. Let's see what they can do. No, repaired those gaps now, so now it's a tough ask again. So they go back towards the far side. Run around. Yes, has he got the speed? Oh, we've got a miss in the defence there and an easy touchdown. Unfortunately, Yofi's just reached out his hand, not quite far enough to get that player, and of course the players had an easy route in towards the end zone and scoring the simplest of touchdowns. Players love to see that, well, they love to score that stuff, but you feel for the defenders when it happens. But it's all a game of possibilities here. Let's see how we go. Okay, All-Stars up 4-3, so there's only 1 point in at the moment. Let's see if All-Stars can extend their lead by 1 point. Lovely pass out wide, but just a little too tall for that winger. If that pass was a little lower down, she would have had a clear run in there for the score. Yeah, Leon's overrunning that mark. Unfortunately, they have to go back to that mark, so it's taken the speed advantage away from them. That's going to make it very hard for them to drive all the way downfield. Let's see how far they can get. Oh, but the All-Stars are hanging off in defence. That's not helping them at all. Luckily, their opponents have made the mistake, so the All-Stars have got the ball back. Let's see how they go.
Jump it. Leave your eye. Great jump.
Crisis in the background there, and I'm back again. Paul Black, the referee, trying to marshal the teams, get them restarted with the game, and all on the 7 All-Stars. Let's see how they go here. Yep, drag it to the left. No overlap out here, so they're just trying to disorganise that defence, but no, equal to the task. Defence easily play man on man and close that attack down. Didn't have to move terribly hard out from the line either, so All-Stars working hard, but the defence having an easy job of keeping that one away. Great left-to-right pass, just a little bit out of reach there. And unfortunately, that's the end of the possession for them, and we go back the other way. So So I'm hearing from the subs box on the far side of the field that they've got a bit of pressure for time, so they're trying to encourage their teammates into a great effort, see if they can get this scorecard back towards equal again. But now they're a little disorganised. They need some momentum forward, but they haven't quite got it yet. Here we go. That's the correction. Back to the forward progress. Forward progress. They're driving down that field. Driving down hard. Here we go. They've got the dump. They've got the defence disorganised. But no, the attack isn't quite certain which way they're going to go. Support player runs one way and the player with the ball was expecting the other direction. So that's unfortunate for them. Contan's tried to turn on the speed, but he's tried to go through a gap that's perhaps a little bit too small for him to get through, unfortunately. All the players are happy with that one. They know just nobody could get out of the way at the time, so unfortunately the players have gone down, but there's no fault in it. So touch is a good-natured sport in that way, and the players are always happy. They recover from these things very quickly. Shows their professionalism approach to this. A little bit of a suggestion, these players are offside, but the referee's certainly in the right spot to be able to marshal that. Yofi penetrates into the end zone, but he can't quite make that pass stick. Just not quite enough power in that pass to reach the player, and she reaches out for it, but just can't quite get the arms far enough forward. Would have been a great scoring opportunity, probably would have sealed the game for them. But now the Lions are driving forward again. A little bit disorganised, but they're still making yards. They're far enough down the field. They're a threat. They're a threat, and they go out left, try and drag that defence, try and separate them out and get the gaps in there. And that is looking like a pretty easy touchdown. But the question is, has he reached the line? No, unfortunately, he's gone down a little bit short of the line, and the touch has been made before he's crossed it. Of course, in touch until the defender makes that touch, the ball is still live, but the defender's been aware of that. Canny made the touch. Change over, back to the All-Stars. Running towards that subs box. They've got a fresh set of legs on the field. Looking a little bit tired now. I think they're all recognising that time's almost up. Push forward, a little bit of a slow service out of the half. They need to put a bit of focus back into that game, but I think they've got it sewn up. Let's see whether that turns out to be true. Back into the middle again. Contan in command. He's just given instructions to his two players each side. Zach Moy comes across towards the close side of the field at a great angle, but just can't quite get the gaps. So Lions with a last-ditch effort here. You've got to say they're running out of time to get this back on board. Pulling to the left. That ball's just come out with a touch, so the referee will just probably award the touch there and ask them to re-roll it. So that's a reasonably fair approach and certainly doesn't harm either team in terms of just getting the game to continue onwards. All-Stars there pushing forward an aggressive defender, which has disrupted the attack speed, which is a very smart play by them. Little short pass off that ruck there, maybe a little bit questionable, but the referee's got a good position to see it. Let's hope that doesn't continue on in that game. It's the first one we've seen, so the skills by both of these teams have been exceptional. Yeah, last little dump off there, gaining an extra few metres in the middle there, and handing it over to the speedsters, seeing if they can get up. But canny defence there, leaving a man up just at the point where they wanted to make a play. So that's disrupted that attack very effectively. Yofi tries to introduce speed, tries one way, tries the other, flick pass round the back. Here is the winger. And finally, they land a pass right where that winger wants it, and she goes down for the easiest of scores. Pleased as punch as she runs back out here to the subs box. And, of course, the crowd is going crazy about that one. I bet you the middles are finally happy they've got those passes more accurate out this wing, because I think they could have had another 2 scores on the scorecard if the earlier passes had been quite so accurate as that one. Well, the restart here, and yes, they've got effort into this. They've recognised the score lines getting maybe a little away from them with the timing. Started out with speed, but now they're trying to organise a tricky move to get themselves a touchdown. There we go. Maybe not the greatest of roll balls there, and a little bit of confusion as to whether he's passed over the ball. So not looking quite so good, but the referees have said, yeah, that's okay. Kevin Pongola does a great job of restarting that one, assisting his buddy on the field, Gene. Gene's going to run with this one. Right, let's see what's what. Yeah, they're very keen to get fresh subs onto the field. I think it's an indicator that the players are starting to get towards the end of the day. The muscles are tired, but they're still enthusiastic. The flesh is willing, but the muscles, well, maybe they're objecting a little bit. But they've got the confidence. They're setting up a play, giving themselves 20 metres from the scoreline to make that play out. Really good planning, giving themselves room, forcing that defence to retreat, and yet setting them up so that if the move doesn't work, they've got another play afterwards. Easy pass in there, but perhaps a little bit overthrown. And the defender has tried to play at it, so that's unfortunately. I mean, the ball's gone back, but that's the end of time. So you have to say, fantastic game for the All-Stars. Unfortunate for the Belgians, they couldn't get up on that one, but great job. And that's it for the third versus fourth.
Wait for the finals.
Well, thank you, Shanghai. You really brought the spirit of the game to this. But now it comes to the Sassy Cats to really put the nail on the coffin on this tournament.
Yeah, thank you, Shanghai. You know, his nickname actually comes from a crazy night out, actually, in Shanghai.
Oh.
I would love to tell the audience the details, but I've been forbidden to. But it is a great story. It involves lots of different people, some animals. Some drugs, some legal, some maybe not so much. It's very fuzzy.
People still wonder how he's still around.
Yes, we are. I'm here with my beautiful beast, Matthias. This is the Seattle Pizza Cat. The final is about to happen. Everyone, stay tuned. It's going to be hot.
Yeah, caliente, sriracha.
That is Argentinian for hot.
Yeah, I go so cute. Everybody know I'm Europe know when they click through to the send this box to be a show, be fun.